Getting out training at the moment is an absolute tonic for me. Being offshore, feeling the boat again, spending time out of sight of the land, it just really re-energizes me, it reinvigorates me. It makes me remember why we push so hard, why we do so much work on the land, because when I'm on the water, everything just makes sense. So I was really happy this Easter to be able to take 4 days of offshore training. And the weather conditions were really challenging, but it made me do a lot. And actually we find out more about ourselves and about the boat in less than perfect conditions. And so to be sailing in big breeze or in challenging weather situations is a good kind of replication of what I will expect during the Vendée Globe race. When I go offshore, I have to balance the objectives of our tech team and also my own personal objectives as a sailor. Obviously, for the technical team, they want me to go out and validate the work that they are doing. And this final phase of our preparation for the Vendée Globe is about not making big changes anymore, but actually consolidating the work that we've done and looking for weaknesses, because the Vendée Globe race is a 3-month race and it's all about resilience. It's about consistency, and it's about high averages. And so at the moment we are really pushing the boat to try and uncover any weaknesses, so that we can build on that through the year. For me to get into the everyday racing routine of knowing my boat, when you're out on the water, it's important to be aware of any changes or any problems as soon as they show up. And so making regular checks is part of daily life on board, and I have to do that when the boat is moving really fast and the motion can be really violent. So crawling into the back of the boat and checking all of the steering systems, the hydro generators, the winch systems, looking for leaks. That can in itself can be exhausting, and the more I do it, the more I understand how it feels, what everything should look like, but also how I'm able to do it in different conditions. And I'm not just checking at the back of the boat, I check the foils regularly because we've had problems with foil lines and chafe. And then on deck, I'm walking around the deck constantly and looking for anything that's rubbing, anything that is showing signs of fatigue, so that we can change and adapt that in both our rigging and also the way the boat is set up when I come back. Living on board can be challenging. Just existing when the boat's going really fast and the motion is quite violent. So making a meal, we've had to think about where I would sit, where I put my food. So I've got a little compartment that one of our team made up for me, like a compartment where I can put my freeze-dried food and I know it won't fall over while I'm waiting for the jet boil to heat the water. And I have the water pump is all in the same area as where I prepare my food, so that I don't have to move to fill up my cooker. Navigating, I spend a lot of time sitting at the chart table, and this is one of the things that we're trying to work on at the moment because it's not that comfortable, and because the chart table is very low, the boat bounces around a lot. I normally sit on a beanbag to do work. on the computer. And what we're trying to learn is over an extended period of time whether that is sustainable or whether we need to find another solution. But also, while you're out training, being kind of analysing the weather critically, setting yourself a route and forcing yourself to address and manage weather situations as though you were in a race is really important, because I'm then going through the process, my mental strategic process of when I take information in, how I use that information, how I decision make, how much time I spend making those decisions. And then, of course, I make the decision, I execute the plan, and then afterwards I have the opportunity to debrief it and to understand, how I did, what I could have done better, look at different scenarios.
It's amazing how quickly you need to change modes on this boat. The breeze dropped about half an hour ago when I tacked, and now kind of before we were very much trying to control the power, and now it's all about trying to power up.
And sometimes when you're training, it's really easy just to say, oh, well, that looks difficult, or there's no wind over there, so I'm not going to go there. But in a race, you don't always have that situation, that opportunity. So I think it is important in training sessions to be clear with your objectives, and not to give yourself the opportunity to be lazy or to back out or to shy away from things that are difficult.
It's really nice just to be out on deck. I don't come on deck enough, actually, because I've got that amazing cockpit and it's also sheltered. Just coming into the second evening now of Easter offshore training, and I have to admit I'm feeling a little bit pooped. We had a little incident in the night. Well, it's Tuesday morning and I'm heading back to pool.
I would stay offshore all the time if I could. It's such a privilege. I enjoy it so much. That is what I'm in this for. I'm in this because I'm a sailor. I'm a sailor in my heart and my soul, and the ocean is where I want to be.